Hello everyone, welcome back to YouTube channel MJ Manjari. I hope you are doing well. Today's video is going to be helpful for class 12 students out there gearing up for their board exam. CBSE class 12 physics board exam will held on Friday, 21st Feb. In today's video, we are going to discuss 50 most repeated previous year question, especially 2 marks question. Now let's look at it. First question, when two charges experience a force F in vacuum, how does inserting a brass rod between them alter this force? Next question, describe what is meant by statement, the electric charge of an object is quantized in nature. Next, what is electric flux? A charge Q is enclosed by a spherical surface of radius r. If the radius is reduced to half, how would the electric flux through the surface change? Next, a polythene piece rubbed with wool is found to have negative charge of 3 into 10 to the minus 7 coulomb. Is there a transfer of mass from wool to polythene? Estimate the number of electrons transferred from which to which. Next, what is Gaussian surface? What purpose does it serve? Next, what is difference between a sheet of charge and a plane conducting having charge? Next, how does the electrostatic potential remain uniform within a conductor's volume and maintain equivalence of to its value on the surface? What define a equipotential surface? What are some characteristics associated with it? Capacitor of unknown capacitance is connected across a battery of V volt. The charge stored in it is 360 microC. When potential is reduced by 120 volt, the charge stored in it become 120 microC. Calculate the V and capacitance C. Two capacitors have a capacitance of 5 microfarad when connected in parallel and 1.2 microfarad when connected in series. Calculate their capacitance. Next question, while regular rubber is an insulator, why are specialized aircraft tire made slightly conductive? What's the purpose behind this modification? A comb run through one's dry hair attract a small piece of paper. Why? What is drift velocity of electron? How does it illocate the flow of electrical current within a conductor? What is rationale behind utilizing alloy in the creation of standard resistance coil? How does the mobility of electron in a conductor change if the potential difference across the conductor is double, keeping the length and temperature of conductor constant? What are the advantages of Wheatstone bridge method of measuring resistance over other method? A battery of EMF 2 volt and internal resistance 0.1 ohms is being charged by a current of 5 ampere. What will be the direction of current inside the battery? What is the potential difference between the terminal of battery? Explain the intensity of magnetization of a magnetic material. How does it vary with temperature for a paramagnetic material? The energy of a charged particle moving in a uniform magnetic field does not change. Why? Explain. The relative magnetic permeability of a magnetic material is 800. Identify the nature of magnetic material and state its true property. How do you convert a galvanometer into ammeter? Explain the necessity of connecting an ammeter in series. Why does a magnetic dipole possess potential energy when placed at some inclination with direction of a field? Two substances A and B have their relative permeability slightly greater and slightly less than 1 respectively. What do you conclude about A and B as far as their magnetic material are concerned? A planar loop of rectangular shape is moved within the region of a uniform magnetic field acting perpendicular to its plane. What is the direction and magnitude of current induced by it? Why does the acceleration of a magnet falling through a solenoid decreases? Explain why current flowing through ideal capacitor when it is connected to a AC source, but when it is connected to DC source in a steady state. Define the term wattless current. Explain the different energy losses in a transformer. Why is the amount of momentum transferred by EM wave incident on the surface so small? How a microwave produced? Why is it necessary for microwave oven to select the frequency of microwave to match the resonating frequency of water molecule? What role does infrared radiation plays in maintaining the earth warm and physical therapy? Which constituent radiation of electromagnetic spectrum is used in radar, in photography of internal part of human body as a diagnostic tool in medicine? A concave mirror and a convex lens are held in water. What change, if any, do you expect in their respective focal length as compared to their value in air? A concave mirror of a small aperture form a sharper image. Why? How does angle of minimum deviation of glass prism vary if incident violet light is replaced with red light? A bioconvex lens made of a transparent material of refractive index 1.5 is immersed in water of refractive index 1.33. Will the lens behave as converging or diverging lens? Give a reason. How does the width of interference fringes in Young's double slit experiment change when distance between the slit and screen is decreased, the frequency of the source is increased? Show that the central maximum is twice as wide as other maxima and the pattern becomes narrower as the width of the slit is increased. Does the appearance of bright and dark fringes in interference pattern violate in any way conservation of energy? Explain. Can white light produce interference? What is nature? What is sustained interference pattern? State the necessary condition for obtaining a sustained interference of what? Light. Write the basic feature of photon picture of electromagnetic radiation on which Einstein's photoelectric equation is based. There are materials which absorb photons of shorter wavelength and emit photons of longer wavelength. Can there be stable substance which absorb photon of larger wavelength and emit light of shorter wavelength? An electron is accelerated through a potential difference of 100 volt. What is de Broglie wavelength associated with it? To which part of the electromagnetic spectrum does this value of wavelength correspond? The radius of innermost electron orbit of a hydrogen atom is 5.3 into 10 to the minus 11 meter. What is the radius of orbit in second excited state? Calculate the de Broglie wavelength of electron orbiting in n is equal to 2 state of hydrogen atom. When an electron in hydrogen atom jump from the third excited state to ground state, how would the de Broglie wavelength associated with electron change? Justify your answer. Why do stable nuclei never have more proton than neutron? The wavelength of second line of Balmer series in hydrogen atom is 4861 Armstrong. Calculate the wavelength of the first line. Write two characteristic features of nuclear force which distinguish it from Coulomb's force. If 200 mega electron volt energy is released in the fission of one uranium-235 nucleus, how many fission must occur per second to produce a power of 2 kilowatt? Helium-2 power 3, helium-1 power 3 nuclei have the same mass number. Do they have the same binding energy? Why is semiconductor damaged by a strong current? The resistance of a PN junction is low when forward bias and is high when it is reversed bias. Explain. How is forward biasing different from reverse biasing in a PN junction diode? And there you have it for the most important 2 marks question in physics for your class 12 board exam. Remember, consistent revision, practicing sample paper and solving previous year question paper are key to performing well. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. Best of luck with your exam and I will see you in next video. Happy studying.